Lawmakers in Alabama will head back to the state capitol next week. For the second time, they will try to come up with a way to fix the $300 million budget shortfall. Things could get interesting because state departments want them to find a solution without making any cuts. News 5's Alan Carter is live in our newsroom with more on that. Alan?
Well, Mel, the agency talking about that today was the Conservation and Natural Resources. Now, every time you visit a state park or get a fishing license, you help fund their budget, but it's also a backup for money that the state needs for their general fund. But agency officials today telling legislators to back off. State agencies are in panic mode, and they haven't been shy about making their concerns public, with threats over what state budget cuts would mean for their departments. Last week, from the law enforcement agency,
we would close all driver's licenses in the state of Alabama except 4.
Monday, the Department of Corrections.
Without the adequate funding, we won't be able to provide the reentry type services that have been proven to work, have been proven to reduce recidivism.
And Tuesday, the State Department of Conservation and Natural Resources.
We need you to tell them that they need to support Governor Bentley's efforts to raise enough revenue to fully fund government so we don't have to cut these essential services.
Services like state parks as well as fisheries and hunting.
When I don't have an employee in the park operating the park, then we can't provide the public with services and programs.
Now, what is interesting about the Conservation Department is that they're not actually funded by the state. They generate most of their revenue themselves, but the legislature has the ability to reach into their budget if the general fund is short.
We don't get anything from them anyway. Just don't take any money away from us at all, and that will allow our parks to keep operating. It'll allow marine resources and lands and game and fish to keep operating.
We're not asking for anything other than to be left alone to administer the programs that the hunters and fishermen have already paid for.
Annually, they operate on about $144 million. This year, proposed cuts have been as deep as $13 million.
We got to do something, and it's their job as legislators to do that. And so they're going to have to take on that hard task. They're going to have to be statesmen instead of politicians.
And the State Department of Agriculture is holding a news conference tomorrow. They argue that cuts to their agency will damage Alabama's economy. Live in the newsroom, Alan Carter, News 5.